Not many people can boast a Super Rugby Premiership, Rugby Championship and a few Champions Cup titles. And yet Will Skelton, the second rower here in La Rochelle and for the Wallabies, is known instead for his size. At 2 meters 3 centimeters and over 150 kilograms, a size 18 boot, he's known for being the biggest man in rugby. And yet he says his biggest opponent isn't on the pitch, it's nutrition and dieting. Will Skelton, thank you so much for welcoming us to La Rochelle.
Thanks for having me.
Do you consider La Rochelle your home these days?
Yeah, I think, speaking with my wife, like wherever we go is sort of home. So when I was at Sarries, that North London, St Albans was home for us, and now, La Rochelle, we love it here. It's a beautiful little city, and my son was born here, so there's a lot of memorable things have happened in our life here.
You were born in New Zealand, of Samoan heritage, grew up in Australia. You could have played for any of the three.
I born in Auckland, moved to Sydney when I was 10, so obviously living in New Zealand, playing for the All Blacks is always the goal and the dream. I was always the big kid, I was always the tallest, always the heaviest, but I probably wasn't the best player or wasn't as fit as all the other boys. I probably wasn't as hard, like, I don't know, when you're 14, 15, you really don't know how to throw your weight around, how to control your body.
Were you ever teased? Was there ever mocking because of your size? Were you like...
Yeah, of course. That's what comes with it. I think that's probably why I'm probably a lot more quick-witted now with remarks, with joking in the team, banter. I love that sort of stuff. I probably built tolerance to it as a young age, but now that nothing really gets to me. Only probably if my wife says something to me, then something at home that probably gets to me. But no, I think it's all a part of it. It's all a part of rugby play. You got to take criticism when you're on the pitch and then off the field. If it's banter, if it's mocking, if it's online, it's something you just got to really dust off and push through.
So you're an 18-year-old, you've moved into rugby union. Tell me about the journey from there.
I was in the academy, living it up, like as all academy players do, thinking I'd made it when I was just in the academy on peanuts for the year, training, starting at 6 o'clock till 8, and then going to work, and then coming back after work and training from 4:30 till 7:30.
What did you do when you say work?
I was a removalist.
A removalist? Yeah. Of course you were.
No, sorry, office relocation. That's what my title was. I was a young, big kid, so they'd get me to lift all the boxes and whatnot, but weren't on very much money with the academy, so I had to earn somehow, and that was, obviously getting a day job, that was tough.
That's brilliant.
Yeah.
Then you come to the Saracens. I mean, you've done well out of the Southern Hemisphere in a few seasons. And they say what? Lose some
weight, yeah.
How many kilograms?
Well, I broke my arm, so I signed there 2017-18 that season, and I'd broken my arm, so I'd literally come off surgery 2 weeks, so you do nothing. And I basically said to myself, that's my holiday.
Ooh.
And I ate everything under the sun.
What's your poison? What do you eat when you say, I'm going to eat everything under the sun?
I'm a lot of sweet tooth, so I love like cakes and cheesecakes and milkshakes and stuff like that, but I think it's probably the quantity of food I eat. Like I probably don't know how to say no and that I'm full. My body doesn't know that I'm full. I just keep eating. But yeah, I love dessert. I love ice cream. You name it.
All of it.
All of it. Yeah.
And then after your injury,
I still remember this. I landed, and the first thing they said was jump on the scale. And it was just after a flight, and I gave them a caution. I was like, I just got off. I just arrived this morning. I might be a bit heavier than normal, and I jumped on. I was about 157 kgs. Yeah, they were on a mission to break me. I think after that, it was my own doing. I came in heavy, but it was a tough few months after that.
When you get told that, you sometimes feel like, I'm never going to be the skinny guy. Just leave me alone.
Yeah, I guess so. I think I guess my best weight would still be heavier than everyone else.
That's
anyway.
the thing.
So I think for me, being fit is there's always that weight goal. That will never leave me until I finish my career. I know, and there's a lot of guys now playing who have similar problems. For us, it's basically always cardio. It's always you got to watch what you eat, and that's always a struggle and a challenge for us bigger guys, you know.
What helps you keep it in check? No cakes, no half a
it's
cheesecake?
not even that. That's the thing. It's not even that. So after that season, I was pretty injury prone after I came in heavy. The following season, so I signed a 2-year deal, and that was my last year. I came in about 148, 149, and again they weren't happy, which they shouldn't have been. That was on me. So my wife said to me, "We think we should get a nutritionist." So I went online and we found one. Her name's Amelia, and she was great, you know. And I dropped I think I lost 12 kilos.
Wow.
Yeah, So
What did you do?
So basically, I tracked my food. So it was quite pedantic. I got the MyFitnessPal app, and literally weighing my food, what carbs I can have. She put me on a strict calorie deficit for the week.
So you didn't cut out any food groups?
No, it wasn't. That's what was so cool. I could have my donut after dinner or my cheesecake or whatever, but it just meant I couldn't have more carbs at lunch and sometimes I thought, man, I think I actually need that for fuel. I need that to train. I think I'll be all right. And it made me a bit more mindful of how I viewed food and how my relationship with food was, and now I still have her as a nutritionist, but I'm a bit lazy with I check in with her every week. That was my thing, and I was real strict back at Saracens, and now I'm just enjoying life in France.
That's interesting what you said about your relationship with food. What was your relationship with food?
If I have a whole cheesecake after training, you know what I mean, I'll blow out. Whereas if another guy on my team who doesn't need to lose weight, he can eat whatever he basically wants. And that's the joke that we have if we're doing cardio on a Monday and we're looking and I see Teddy Toma, he's just chilling, you know, he's getting a massage, or if it's bloody Ihaya West who doesn't need to do that sort of stuff, and we're there working and we're grinding. But I guess that's just the way it goes, because if my mum and dad did groceries and, for example, we got Cocoa Pops, or if it was rice bubbles, or a cereal that wouldn't be Wheat Bix, because Wheat Bix was the standard one that he always had at home, that would be gone in a day, because we'd have a
binge
bowl.
It.
We'd binge it. We'd have a bowl. I'd come back an hour later and go, I still feel like the Cocoa Pops, that's going to run out soon. I need to get in there before my brother takes it or my little brothers take it. So food wouldn't last at my house. So whenever mum and dad would do a big shop, they wouldn't have to hide it, but she'd have to say, come on, this has got to last.
Come on,
chill out. It's not going to run away. And I think I sort of brought that from when I was young age to even now. You still have struggles now. I can weigh in 4 or 5 kilos heavier than what I was the week before, and that changes because I'm so heavy and I'm so big, compared to not yourself but another player in my position. 1 kilo for them fluctuation is probably 3 or 4 to me. And a lot of other guys in my position who have that same profile have those troubles moving forward. I think that's what coaches and trainers have to get in their head, that it's not just one mold fits all. The lock's supposed to be like this, the prop's supposed to be like this. But yeah, I think that's a little reflection that I've had over my experience.